sure the lion needs absolutely no introduction to you. This magnificent beast, known throughout time as the king of the jungle, has quite rightly earned its place as one of Africa's so-called Big Five. To many, the roar of a lion in the wild represents the very essence of Africa. Lions are highly social creatures that hunt cooperatively and form cohesive groups called prides. This behavior is unusual for the cat family. The pride usually consists of two separate groups of lions, one group of related females and their cubs, and a group of males known as a coalition who mate with the adult females. The lionesses are the most close-knit and central part of the pride, whilst the males may be substituted every few years. Prides largely consist of around a dozen adults, but prides may be smaller in places like the Kalahari, where prey is scarce, and larger where prey is more abundant. From time to time, the pride may split up into smaller groups, roaming freely for a few days or a couple of weeks in search of abundant prey. Lions and lionesses are territorial where prey is abundant, and through scent marking their territory with strong-smelling urine, feces, and lots of roaring, establish their dominance in an area. If their prey source is migratory, then they follow the roving herds and become less territorial during the migratory period. Audible for up to 10 kilometers, the impressive territorial roars of lions during the night is the quintessential sound of the African bushveld. Should they encounter lions from other prides, their interactions are hostile and aggressive in nature, often with a huge amount of vocalization, but seldom end up in a fight resulting in death. More often than not, the visiting lion will submit and be driven from the pride area. This, however, is not the case when the males fight for dominance, which results in a vicious fight that may lead to death. The females generally remain in the pride for life, while the young adult males are driven from the pride and become what is referred to as a marauding coalition. These coalitions, or single males that are not part of an established pride, are nomadic and roam extensively in search of a potential pride. The young male coalitions are always on the lookout for a fight, where they can attempt to take over an existing pride by driving out the existing dominant males. Lionesses are more agile and faster than males and do most of the hunting. Males are much bigger and defend the pride and territory, however, ranking first in the line to feed and grab the lion's share of the kill. Although medium-sized antelopes would be the ideal, lions will eat most animals, from rodents to baby elephants, and will readily scavenge, chasing other predators from their kills. Next to dine are the lionesses, and lastly the cubs, with much jostling, hissing, and cuffing as they fight over the remaining scraps. By contrast, lions at rest are blissfully peaceful and sprawl all over each other, with lots of nuzzling, purring, and licking. In fact, lions laze around for some 18 to 20 hours in a day, and as such they are often not exciting to watch. Male lions weigh between 150 to 225 kilograms, and females range from 120 to 150 kilograms, with a lifespan between 10 to 14 years. Males reach maturity at 3 years and peak at 4 to 5 years, when they are ready to take over a pride by force. From the age of 8 years, a male may lose dominance and be ousted from the pride by a younger male after a show of force. This gives him little time to procreate. So he kills all the previous alpha male's cubs that are less than 2 years old, so that his genes may become dominant. This results in the lionesses becoming fertile and receptive, and ensures that through the fast-breeding cycle, the pride has fresh genes for the survival of the species. Lion mating behavior is legendary, with a couple frequently copulating, up to 40 times a day, and over several days making a vast amount of noise. Occasionally the female may mate with males other than the alpha male in the pride, and this can result in cubs from the same litter having different fathers. The lioness's gestation is between 3 to 4 months, with a litter ranging between 1 to 6 cubs. Pride females usually coordinate their reproductive cycles and collaborate in the raising and suckling of the cubs. The mortality rate of lion cubs is high, with only 20% of the litter reaching maturity. Lion cubs are preyed on by a variety of predators, including other lions, hyenas, and leopard. The lion is considered the king of all beasts. The Zulu people call the lion Ngonyama, which means the master of all flesh. The name consists of 2 words, Ngo, an ancient term meaning very, very high, and Nyama, which means flesh or power. Another Zulu term for a lion is Ububezi, which comes from the verb bubeza, meaning to make the final decision, supporting the belief that the lion is the king of all beasts. Similarly, the Mashona people call a lion Shumba, which means the royal beast. The Basotho and the Tsonga people call the lion by other names, Tau or Ndau, which means the star creature, or creature that comes from the stars. In ancient times, kings of the Zulu people and some other tribes embarked on a ritual hunt every 5 years. The law of the hunt required the king to kill a lion on his own to prove his power of kingship and to fill his people with respect for him. When the lion is living wild in the bush, it is regarded as a symbol of all that is good and noble. But if the lion turns into a man-eater, it symbolizes all that is negative and destructive. The lion can therefore be a symbol of both good and bad. To appreciate the lion and for the best photographic opportunities, never be in a hurry to leave a lion sighting. Stop and spend time and observe this magnificent creature, and you will be rewarded with royal richness in your experience.